Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today's high is going to be sunny, 79 degrees. Should be a nice day to start cleaning up my garden. No, I still haven't done that. I'm a procrastinator. So we'll see how I do today. Maybe see, maybe no. Well, when you've got a lot of projects going on, like I always have, I don't know how I got so far behind. I'm just trying to catch up. I have little piles here and there that I need to do. I have my garage that I need to clean up, the garden, downsizing, organizing. Oh my. Well, this winters are always long, so this winter at least the garden and the garage will be off the list, hopefully. And then I want to enlist my new handyman, hopefully. Hopefully he's reliable and shows up. And I want to get my garden helper out one day to see if I can get them to get her to help me out. Well, I just had to go outside a minute. I heard tapping on the side of my house and the window, and I had to go see what it was. Well, it was a blue jay. So first I thought, oh no, do I have a mouse in the walls? But no, it was a blue jay. So anyway, gotta love Mother Nature. I love the birds though. Actually, I love all of Mother Nature. And I feel bad that their habitat is disappearing. It's all being covered over with beautiful lawns and concrete. I'm not a big fan of lawns. I like hardscaped and more natural landscaping, but that's just me. I enjoy that. I know when the handyman came over, he like I said, he also has a landscaping company, and he just went, oh my God, you've got a lot going on back here, when he came into the backyard, because I'd like him to power wash the back of the house. And then he's pointing out all these, as we're having a conversation, he's pointing out all the houses in the neighborhood that have very plain landscaping. He says, oh yeah, you should do this, because all you have to do is trim these bushes like once a year. And I'm looking at him like he's got two heads. It's like, that's not what I want. I don't want plain. And I told him, I said, I don't like plain. That's not my thing. And then he just kind of quit talking about it. But there's a lot of people that just like plain landscaping, and that's fine. I'm not one of them. So cheers. Very good. Now, I did plan when I bought this house, and it's one of the reasons I want it as my retirement house. I did plan on, when I couldn't garden anymore, that I would pull everything out and just let them seed it and do their thing. But as long as I have my dogs, I'm going to have my makeshift fencing out there, because it would be a real pain to have to take the dogs out on a leash every day. So that's why I put that up, and hopefully I can keep it up. So you never know, with an association, you get new people on there all the time, and then it's like, oh no, you can't have that. So, but I've lived here 20 years. I haven't always had the fencing up. That I've had since I had the dogs. First I had an invisible fence, and then Chloe decided she could run through it, and then she couldn't get back in because she wasn't as enthusiastic about getting back in. So then I had to end up putting this fencing in. So, but I did use the invisible fence for about, maybe a year or two, and then I had to change to this. She's an escape artist. I mean, she's usually pretty good, but I've found her in my garden a couple times now, and I have to do a little sleuthing and see how the heck she's getting in there. I mean, that's fenced too, so it's not a big deal, but I don't want them in the garden because they're very destructive in the yard. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee now, and I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, back to it, back to the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money, yay, so that's a good thing. Don't plan on spending any today either, and I only want to spend one more day in September. So, and then it's a whole new month. Now in October I have 2 birthdays coming up, my grandson and my daughter. So I will need to spend on those 2 days. But I plan to keep going with this no-low spend until the end of the year. Of course, Christmas is coming, so at some point I have to see what I'm going to do about that. I really don't want to not have Christmas this year. That would just, I don't know, even if it's just a small one, not doing anything or giving any gifts at all would just not, that to me would be kind of depressing. And that's not the point of this whole exercise. The point of this whole exercise is for me to save up some money for the repairs I have to do, and also be more mindful of my spending. In the future, once I get my debt paid down, now the roof is just going to be there, you know, until I get it paid off. I'm like trying to put that in my mind in a totally different place in my mind. I'm talking about all the stuff I have there now. The car payment, paying off that credit card. Well, it was actually a consolidated loan, but it has a credit card that comes with it. So that's what I use when I need to use credit, but I really haven't needed it except for when I had the 3 trees taken down. So that was $1,200. So that needed to be done, and it needs to be paid off. So, but I don't really use that card for anything but emergencies and things that absolutely have to be done. So if I needed to, let's say, for example, I didn't have the money for my front window, I would have used that credit card to put the window on there, because the fellow I'm using, he doesn't do any same as cash things. So I try and keep that card for things like that. But I do want to get that paid off in my car, and just keep it to the having to pay for the roof. So that's my plan. And I guess we all got to muddle through this mess they've created in our own good way. So, you know, it's good to share ideas with people without giving judgmental advice. That's not helpful at all. And I know a lot of people like to do that. Well, I would do it this way. Okay, that's good. That's a great idea. That's not a great idea. But it is a good thing to share ideas, but then not get upset if somebody doesn't want to do things the way you do them. At least that's my opinion. So, anyway, not much more to talk about the budget today. I have a few things that I have to do here in the house. I didn't do my dishes from last night, so I have to do a couple things before I drag myself out into the garden. I won't get that done. It'll take me a few days, but at least I'll get a start on it. Fingers crossed, I hope. Unless I lose my mojo. All right, I will be back. Well, I'm going to make a little bit of soup. I cut up all the green beans, and froze them, but I saved a few. They're down here in the bottom. I cut up some of the carrots, the older carrots I had, since I got that big huge bag of carrots yesterday for $1, and 1 small potato. And I'm going to make a little tiny pot of soup in this cooker that I got from Temu quite a ways back when I did a collab with them. And I use this thing all the time. It's a little rice cooker, but I cook other things in here too. So I want to make like a ham-like flavored soup. So I have this vegan broth base, and it's ham flavored. I'm going to use that. I'm also going to put some of these Flavor Made imitation bacon bits that I got at Ollie's quite a while ago for $3.49, and that is vegan too. It's accidentally vegan. I have some natural apple flavored liquid smoke. I'm going to put some of that in. And then in here I have some onion powder, garlic powder, some complete seasoning, some marjoram, thyme, oregano, and rosemary. So I just made a quick little mixture of herbs that I like, and I'm going to add a little pepper to that, and I'm going to make myself a nice little soup. So that'll be enough for at least 2.5 servings. And let's get cooking. All right, in here I have about 3.5 cups of water. I put a good tablespoon to tablespoon and a half of the broth, the ham broth seasoning. I have this from the freezer. It's onions and peppers. I'm going to add that, plus some more frozen onion. I like onion in soup. And then I found this little packet of kale that I'm also going to add. So this will be a very hearty soup, and it'll be enough for a few more meals. Very cheap. Trying to use up what I have. The potatoes are new. I just bought those. The carrots were old. The green beans were from the food pantry. I froze the rest. So I'm trying to use what I have. I put about, to taste, the liquid smoke in here. And then I'm also going to add some of the bacon bits. So I'm just waiting for this to start boiling, and then I'll just cook all this until the potatoes and the carrots are tender. So I have this big jar of seasoned salt. I think you can buy this at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to add a nice amount of that just to taste. Don't want it too salty. Although if you do oversalt your soup, potatoes soak up a lot of salt. So if you have a soup that's too salty, you could add some potatoes to it. So let me try this. I haven't added the other spices yet. Yeah, that's good. So I'm going to add the other spices, and then I'm just going to add my ingredients. So I'll put the onions in first because this is going to cool off the water, of course. And then I'll add half of this. And that's why I like to freeze these things in little bags. So that way when I have little bits of this and that, I can use it up. And we'll put the kale in. So this should be a very nutritious soup. And I think I may just put half of the kale in. I won't put all of it in because it's not a very big container of soup. And then I'll just add the rest of the ingredients, let it cook until it's all tender, and that's a very quick meal. All right, it'll be soup in about 20 minutes. I also cooked up some potatoes, just small ones, and these I'm going to use to make a potato salad and maybe some fried potatoes with eggs for breakfast. All right, I'm going to make some potato salad out of 3 out of the 4 potatoes I cooked. I ate one with egg and some frozen pepper and onion that I had, and added some cheese. That was my breakfast. So to my potato salad, I'm going to add what I have. I have my zucchini relish, some onion powder, mayo, some lemon pepper. These are ground up dill seeds. I have some homemade celery salt, pepper, and a little Gerard champagne dressing. So that's what I'm going to put into my potato salad. And I just diced up the 3 potatoes, and that'll be enough for a couple meals. I have some sandwich ideas that I want to do. I bought those chicken patties, not chicken patties, from Aldi's. I still have some not salmon patties. I have some not fish fillets. So I want to have some of those for dinner coming up, and I want to make some potato salad to go with it. So okay, I'm going to put this all together, and this is all to taste, whatever you like. So normally I would just use regular pickle relish, but I'm still using this up. This lasted a long time, and I would make that again. The rest of these ingredients I've had on the shelf or in the pantry. The potatoes I bought on my last shopping haul. So I'm going to put together some dinner ideas. My millers, the milling around group. Look at all these mops and cleaning things I have. I got to look through those and figure out which one I really want to use. Right? Oh, group hug. Group hug. They're keeping Mama company while I'm making my potato salad, right? Yep. Oh, now you're going to wash Chloe? Okay. What are you doing there, little Lizzie? Nothing. I'm just sitting here. Okay. All right, babies, let's make some tater salad. These guys, they're so much fun. What? All right, I'm making potato salad now. Yes. Okay, so turn on the light. God said, let there be light. So there we go. So I also added some of this dill mustard. I bought this at Walmart a long time ago, and I stocked up on it. I have like another one in the reserve because for a while they didn't have it, of course. But now they have it, as far as I know. I haven't bought it in about a year. So I added some of that. I thought that would be good. I put all my spices. I like this little thing. I mix up my spices now so that I don't get any hot spots. And then I just have some mayo in here. So all that's going to go in, and that's going to be my potato salad. So I'm going to mix this up, and I'll be back. Okay, so here is the potato salad, and that's going to be going into the fridge now till tonight. It's actually better, the the second day because all the flavors can seep into the potatoes. So if you have a lot of baked potatoes hanging around, even leftover baked potatoes, I make mine in the microwave. It takes 5 to 6 minutes depending on how many potatoes I have. Then I make potato salad out of it, and it's so easy. So much easier than boiling potatoes and having them cool off. So I usually do the potatoes the day before so that they have a chance to cool off, and then I just leave them at room temperature until I'm ready to use them within that day or the next day. So I find they're easier to peel if I don't refrigerate them first, but there's nothing wrong with refrigerating them too. So okay, another couple meals. So I have lots of meals ready. If I do go work in the garden, I'm going to be too tired to cook. So I have the soup, and I also have the potato salad. So I'll be back. Alright, well, I just cleaned most of this up. I still have some moss here, and this is actually Wandering Jenny. I want to plant that somewhere. I'll probably just leave that till next spring and then put it in a pot. This is pretty much drying up. It's pineapple sage, and I have to do a little research of what to do with it. So this was all full of weeds and stuff, so I started cleaning up the yard and taking the yard apart. I had a big, huge container of debris that I dumped in the woods. So this is going to be my project. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. I'll probably start working on this area first. Start taking most of the plants out, unless it's still producing. So, yeah, it's time. Time to get it all done. So it's probably going to take me a couple weeks to get this garden back in order because it's so overgrown now. But I still have a few really pretty flowers back here. So I'll leave these until the snow kills them. And there's still some over there too. I think next year I'm just going to plant begonias. And then over here, my plan is to take these containers and put them in the actual garden. I don't want a whole lot to water out here anymore. I want to keep most of the things inside of the fence. It's just much easier than dragging the hose all over the place. So anyway, the garden's pretty dry. I cut down all my mint. It was already flowering, and so I kept some, and a lot of it I stuck in the woods. So anyway, that's the update on my garden. And now I'm tired. Time for some iced tea. I got quite a bit done today. Started cleaning up the garden, and I can tell I'm only going to be able to do so much each day, but it'll be easier on the places where I don't have to keep bending over. The place I cleaned up today, I kind of had to be on the ground to do that. And that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I've decided next year that I'm not going to plant too much outside of my fence because I don't want to water it. So hopefully I can get a little watering system put in. I have components in the garage that I've had for a few years now that I never did anything with. So it really shouldn't cost me a whole lot of money. I don't know if I'll need some extra parts or whatever to finish up the sprinkler system. It's going to be a DIY thing. So it's not going to be anything fancy, but I think it'll make life easier because right about now, I'm really tired of watering the garden. So I need to change that, and so that gardening will be pleasant again. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Thanks for watching.